We now move to further discussion on the prescriptive model techniques. So when we are doing prescriptive analysis, objective is to create a model. This model must capture essential feature of the business situation, and often the model will not be using the raw data. It will depend on data from business intelligence or descriptive analytics that we have carried out, and we do what if or scenario analysis. So Excel could be a good point to demonstrate that, because the option will be finite. Given an appropriate model, we can ask what are all possible outcomes. This is what we do under simulation and risk analysis. Then what is the best outcome we can achieve? That is optimization. Tools to use include solver, which can solve problem of a linear programming and the like, using goal seeking or other method. So solver, there is solver inside Excel. Risk solver is a bit advanced tools that could be added. Then we have other tools like ArcRisk, Crystal Ball, IBM SAS, and others. When we do simulation and risk analysis, usually the model will involve some randomness, and they are stochastic or probabilistic. The model should help us to evaluate the risk associated with undesirable consequences. Risk is simply the probability of occurrence of an undesirable outcome. So there's something we can do. We better prepare, analyze it, and know how to react. Risk analysis seeks to examine the impact of a certain input on various outputs, while simulation involves generating values for the certain model input. Now, when we do different model analysis, we determine the kind of outcome we are expecting. For example, if we have run data mining model, the outcome will be to get a model that we can use to classify or predict outcome for new cases that is not in our model. For example, the case of a loan, we have run data mining, we have done descriptive analysis, and we have been able to classify the characteristics of somebody that repaid the loan and those that do not repay. So if we see a new person and we analyze the data, we'll be able to classify and predict that this will be somebody that will default or cannot default. Then there should be a way to assess the accuracy or predictive power of the model. If it is simulation model or the simulation activities that we've done, we will see different outcomes, full range of outcomes and their likelihood. This can happen under this situation with this probability. Option B with probability so. Then sensitivity analysis of the input. That if the input A changed by 5%, what is the expected percentage change in outcome? So all this should be part of a simulation result. But if it is optimization model, we will get best attainable objective value for decision variable, as well as sensitivity analysis of decision variable and the constraint. Now, this is very important because if our objective, for example, based on what we want to achieve or what a client is required, is to be able to choose or advise on the best option to pick among various ones. We will not stop our analysis at data mining or descriptive analysis level, because this will be able to only predict. If we want to know all the possible outcomes and their probability, then we better run simulation model. So if you are using optimization technique, optimization tools for problem that require simulation, we may not get the desired outcome. Running simulation in Excel, this will involve creating what if scenario for the expected results, and we can define probability distribution for uncertain input. We can also run Monte Carlo simulation and create this summary statistic or charts. To do this, we need to define the distribution, probability distribution, by fitting the data or based on industry practice. So it is a good knowledge to know how to get the probability distribution out of a given data, to know the probability distribution that best match it. We will need to define dependence among inputs. How do they relate? By getting correlation matrices or copulas. We will now run simulation or multiple simulation with parameters. Then we assess and think about the results. Get the statistic of the results, the average, the maximum, the minimum, the range, histogram and scatter plot will help us to get the best out of the result. Thank you.